Okay, we're back. We have the air conditioner going, but it's hot, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But anyway, the last two videos that I did was working with John Ferguson's O Come All Ye Faithful. This one is going to be working with Stephen Ammundson's Joy to the World. This is a much more intricate arrangement than the other ones. This is actually full orchestra score. It's got 30 parts, and you can see them all here, all 30 of them. I'm still tweaking things. I just finished recording all of the parts, so I'll give you a kind of a listen to what we've got going on. And again, I'll put the MP3s in the in the description box so you can download them and listen to what it actually sounds like, because I know with the compression it doesn't sound all that great, but just to give you a listen of what it sounds like. Just to give you a little bit of a demonstration of what's going on here. So what I want to do is right over here in measure in here-ish, 16 to 20. One of the things that you can do in real life is you can have tempo changes, and you can have them here in Logic as well. So what I want to have is I want to have a very dramatic tempo change from here to here and slow it down, almost like a retardando is what I really want. From here to here, and then when we get back to measure 20, we're going to be right back into tempo. So I'm thinking 84 is going to be the final tempo for this. So what I want to do is I want to start at measure 16. I want to start slowing down, and then measure 19 is going to be very dramatically, very much slower. And then we'll pick it up right on the downbeat again with measure 20. So to do that, to create, so what I could do is I could go in and say, okay, I want measure 19 to be 50 beats a minute or whatever, and do a very dramatic shift in tempo. I want it to be more subtle than that. I want to actually go through and step through all of it automatically. So if you go to edit and then go down to tempo, one of your options is tempo operations. And it brings up this little window here. So basically what it says is, where do you want to start and where do you want to end? So in my case, we're going to end at measure 20. And we're going to start at measure 16. 16, we're going to do beat 1. And by the time we get to measure 20 here, I want it to be probably around 50. So if you look what it does, see, it kind of creates this little step thing, and you'll see that it puts it here. So once we get to measure 16, we were at 84, and it's going to get down to 7. So it actually calculates all this out mathematically. So 78.4, 67.1. This is the tempo now. This is the beats per minute. So we were at 84 here, 78.4, 67.1, 58, 55.8, and then we're going to get to here, and this might actually be a little bit late. I might have to scoot the change over a little bit, but we'll see how it sounds. So let's go to the beginning and let's see what it sounds like. it might actually be a little bit too slow once we hit the slowest part. So I'm just going to change this. Let's try 54, not 540. And then we'll hit apply, and you'll see that it kind of adjusts itself. And this is just, I'm just playing around. I don't know what I want it to sound like yet. Maybe 60 is better. I don't know. So here we go again. So it's better. I actually like the slower speed in measure 19. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to undo. And we're going to undo again. So we're back to normal again. And I'm going to do 2 tempo changes. So we'll start at 16 again. And we'll go from 16 to, I guess, measure 18. Not 189, 18. And we're going to drop it down to, let's try 70. Yeah, I think 70 would work. Let's try it. It helps if you hit the apply button. We'll just continue. And then when we get to 18, we're going to do another one. And so when we get to 18, or maybe even 19. Maybe if we go to 19. Ooh, don't do that. So if I can't slide that over, huh? I was hoping to just slide. Oh, maybe I could slide this one first. Trying to slide. Ooh, whoa. Well, look at, oh, you can actually adjust. Oh. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. We might have just figured this out. Oh, that is so cool. I'm sorry. Doing all this crazy stuff. Okay, so now. Yes. Oh. Yeah. And then here we're going to do one. So 18, we're going to start at. It's not doing what I want it to do because I want that to be an abrupt. I guess that's what I have to do. Yeah, I'm going to try something different. Now that I know I can do that, let's get rid of all of my tempo changes for now. And then we're going to go back to trying it at measure 16 and stopping at measure 20. And maybe if I round the curve a little bit, it'll make it better. Let's try that. still think it might be a little too slow, but I'm happier with that. So let's try 60. I was just looking at the density. So I guess density is how often the little shelves happen. So if I go to like a 16th note and hit apply, yes, that's looking better. I have more adjustment that way. Oh, I like that. So let's just try that. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the next verse and see if I want to retardando there as well. I think just a little bit one, just so you have a little bit of room for a breath in between. So we'll start at measure 39. And we're going to end at measure 40. And we don't need a drastic one. Maybe just take it down to like 78. Maybe a little more. Take it down to 70. I guess that works. Not sure I'm thrilled with it, but we'll do the same here. I think part of the reason I don't like it is because you won't be able to feel it. You have to kind of guess, and I'm going to have singers with this, and it's going to be potentially disastrous. But we'll try it anyway. Why not? So we'll try it. Maybe just clipping off a little bit would be better, but maybe the combination of the two will help. I don't know. We'll just keep it like this for now. All right, so let's jump to verse 4. I don't have verse 4 marked. Oh, that's bad. Let's mark verse 4 before I forget. So we'll stick a marker in there. Verse 4. Just so I know where view, show colors. And we'll just throw a purple on that just so it looks different. All right. So then the last thing that's going to happen is at the very end here. So there needs to be another very dramatic retardando right there. I think 103 is where I want it. And it's going to be a very, very quick one. So we're going to start at 103. And then I think maybe even by 104, I want to have this whole thing slowed down to probably 64. I don't know. Let's try that. Yes, that's what I want. I kind of want it to go even slower. But I think that I'm going to do... Let's do it. I'm going to do another one at 105. So 105. And then by 106, I want to be, so this should be 64. And then here, I want to be probably 58, I think. And then I'm going to get rid of that little guy. So all I do is I click on the little dot and I hit delete, and then it gets rid of that. Otherwise, it's going to jump back to the original tempo, which I don't want to do. Even slower, 50. Come on, little guy, let me click you. There you go. All right. Let's try one more. Getting closer. Really dramatic at the end. There we go. Oh, do I dare go slower? Yeah, I do. Just realized you can double click on it and it goes away. I'm not sure why, but that's what it does. I'm really pushing it now. We'll have to change the last note length, but I like that better. So, don't apply. I think I'm happy with that. I didn't do a tempo change here, because I don't think it needs one, because it's got, maybe it does. Definitely needs a tempo change there. I forgot, because it's got the little interlude thing here for 2 measures. So let's go back to edit, tempo operations, and 82. And this is going to be 84. Oh, I don't know, 70. Let's try that, see how that works. let's try 60. I know, I'm pushing it again. 50. That'll do. That will do. All right. So, just to recap what we did, we just talked about tempo changes here. So I'll show you exactly how I did it again. Edit, tempo operations. I like this density. It's a 16th note, so you have a little bit more control and you can like bend the curve a little bit more. But I found that just doing that was enough to make it less shelf-like and more natural in terms of a retardato. So I will give you a quick listen through here. I will bounce this and upload this to the website and put this in the description with these tempo changes, so you can hear it with the tempo changes. But this way you can see when they happen. So here is "Joy to the World" by Stephen Ammundson. So that's it. This, just so you know, this is hardly balanced. You probably could tell. The only thing I've really done in terms of actually mixing and balancing voice parts, the horns were ridiculous. So one of the downsides to doing this through the free version of BBC Symphony Orchestra is that you only have sections. So when you're playing the horn part, it's 4 horns. There are 4 horn parts, so 4 times 4 is 16. So there's actually, if you take into consideration all those parts, there's actually 16 horns playing in this arrangement. So if you look at the horns, I had to really pull them back. If I didn't, this is what you get. I had them pulled back a little too much. When I did that balance, I hadn't done any of the other string parts, so I pulled them way back. I'll probably pull them back somewhere around 9 would be my guess. But again, I'm going to go through and balance all this out. The piccolo is screaming, so we have to pull that back a little bit. But like I said, this is almost completely unmixed. Everything is basically flat. I need some more trumpet in places. And I'll probably do another video of doing some automation expression type things. The other thing that I've done, and you probably saw this in other videos, was the sforzando trick. So this is the violin part played as sforzando, and then balance that out with the actual violin part. Oop. That way I get that nice clean attack. Because without that, and when you're having those 16th notes, it's really hard to get them to articulate. So that sforzando is really helpful. One of the things I need to do next, there's some brass parts. It happens here in verse 2. So let's just to show you what I'm gonna, this is in the back of my head. So there's a brass kind of, I don't want to say I guess maybe it is a kind of a fanfare type thing. I'm going to do a similar thing using the staccato articulations for the brass, but only in certain sections. So it starts out with the Joy of the World, and the brass comes in with this little kind of fanfare thing right around here. So it sounds like whoa, which da 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 da. That's what it should sound like. So I'm actually going to start cutting notes and actually moving just the 16th down to the staccato to see if just doing that alone will fix it. But I think that's enough for today. It is lunchtime and I need to go get some lunch. So I'm going to bounce this up and then we'll share this with you. If you guys like this, make sure you hit that like button, share it around with people. And if you're interested in the full Christmas service that I'm doing, just leave a note in the description and I will make sure that I link you to the YouTube channel that I'm doing it for, or I'll get you on the mailing list, however you want to do it. But contact me and I will get you in touch with who you need to be in touch with so you don't miss this Christmas that I'm putting together. So that's it for today, guys. I will see you guys next time. See ya.